Hi guys, Office Blokes here.
And I am Ash.
Together, one of us has a really croaky voice and is not feeling well, and the other one is feeling good. Just a bit hot and sweaty, really.
Thanks for rubbing that in. So yeah, if my voice drops up and down, you know why.
You're doing great though. Ash has been ill for a few days and suddenly it's like the hottest day we've had all year.
So yesterday was worse because my fever was like peaking, and then being in this heat was unbearable. I can't speak because I'm nasally. Unbearable.
Well, I'm going to show you something completely different for us. I listen to Rogan, as people know, and I always get abuse for it over at the Office Blokes. You know, like, people think I'm obsessed and I listen to every episode and I believe every word he says. But I'm like, no, I just enjoy some of the guests he has on. I think he has a well-rounded view and opinion on things. And when he's wrong, he holds his hands up and goes, yeah, I was wrong about that.
Yeah, everyone can appreciate someone like that.
So I don't believe everything the guy says. I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder about it. Trust me, look at the comments over at the Office Blokes sometimes about it.
I will do. I'll have to go and have
I
a
worship the guy.
peek.
And it's like I don't worship anyone. I really don't.
I worship Neves Gaming.
Neves Gaming?
Yeah.
Cool story, bro. Anyway, so for a bit of context, every few months or so, Joe Rogan does a podcast called Protect Our Parks, and it's Mark Normand, who we're supposed to be going seeing in a couple of weeks, but that may be off now. Shane Gillis, who's another comedian, who's really funny, and then Ari Shafir, who's a comedian that's been around forever, very offensive comic.
Okay.
And like the four of them just get together and they just drink, smoke weed, take mushrooms, and do like a 3-hour, 4-hour long podcast.
Sounds like a great evening.
It's because Rogan does a lot of serious stuff.
Yeah.
When he started doing this with these guys, I think it was like how the podcast used to be when he first started it.
Sorry.
I know, it's all right. And I think he's just loving it, but he's old. He's like, Ari Shafir's quite old, but the other two guys are like 20 years younger than Rogan at least.
Okay.
And it shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he tries to get deep and serious sometimes, and like Mark Normand especially just hits him with these one-liners constantly and just crucifies him. But I've not seen this clip, but like I say, something very different for us to react to, but people don't like it when I suggest we react to Rogan's podcast over at the Office Blokes, so something I like that I'm showing you.
Cool, okay. Is it too hot for me to like lean against you because I'm exhausted?
It's pretty hot.
Okay.
Right, so this is Shane Gillis telling his, I should have read it before I did that, Dublin bar fight story.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
It's all good, let's do it.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I got a good story for you.
Yay, we got a story.
This is very funny. So I was at Notre Dame Navy this last week in Dublin.
You hunchback?
Yeah. I am a fucking hunchback.
That's why it worked.
You just got back from England? From Ireland?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he just say England? How dare he?
Say again?
Did he just say, if you get back from England? It's like, no.
Ireland.
I know, yeah, he corrected, thankfully, but...
Yeah, but Mark Normand, you could just hear him in the background just go, you fucking hunchback. Just for no reason.
He did. He goes, oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, and he straightened up. He is hunched.
He sits there and just crucifies everyone with these one-liners. It's greek.
Last week in Dublin.
You hunchback?
Yeah. I am a fucking hunchback.
That's why it worked.
You just got back from England? From Ireland?
Yeah.
Wow.
And anyway, the first night we're down there. We did a show Thursday. Then we're down there. I brought my father, which was very funny to see. All right. So this guy comes down. Phil's down there. We go to this bar with Brady Quinn. He's one of the Notre Dame all-time legends. J-Mo knows him.
I know him.
J-Mo.
You know Brady Quinn. He's Dublin, Ohio boy.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah.
But
Buckeye.
we're at this bar. We're drinking after the show. This fucking Irish kid shows up. He is Conor McGregor. Skin-tight pants. Fucking button down. No offense to him. Coked out of his mind.
Sure.
Like, you've never seen someone this high in your life.
The old Adam Egan.
So he swipes. We're sitting there drinking. He swipes all the beers off the corner of the bar, reaches over Brady Quinn's shoulder, and is to me, he's like, big fucking fan, man. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. And Brady Quinn just gave one of these, like, fucking, who the fuck's this guy? Like,
Cool.
Damn, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
And then when he did that, he bumped him a little. And the guy immediately was like, you don't fucking bump me. He started fucking doing his whole UFC thing. So he's spazzing. We all have to break it up. We have to break up this
Shit.
fight for 20 fucking minutes.
Jesus.
I turn around. My father is back there going,
Ah.
this fist out.
ready to go.
I turn around. I was like,
He's
Phil,
ready to go.
Phil,
Phil's
what
ready
the
to go.
fuck are you going to do?
All right, Phil.
Phil tried to fight him, too.
Hell yeah, Phil.
If Phil would have died defending Brady Quinn in Dublin,
Oh, I'd be a hero.
Vikings death. That is how my dad should go.
Totally.
I mean, that's legend. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we break this fight up. The guy's a fan. He's like, let's do a fucking Jaeger bomb. Let's have a fucking, let's take it easy, man. Fucking. I was like, all right, I'll do a Jaeger. We get shit faced. This guy's on a coke rant for like 15 minutes of just straight like fucking nah. But he's
Brady
a
Quinn, so you can get
Damn, Brady
reference.
couldn't rule.
He's
Brady
a
Quinn's,
hunk.
he's the man. So
He's
anyway,
a handsome dude.
this guy's full UFC. He's genuinely an MMA.
Imagine being a coked up guy in a bar and you're starting on some American that you think it's like an NFL player.
But he recognises the other guy.
He recognises Shane
him,
Gillis.
but not
'cause-
the yeah.
Yeah, because he would have been on tour and he would have been performing in Dublin.
Yeah.
So it's getting pretty big, Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Past couple of years, he's
I've never heard of
blowing
him,
up.
so I'd...
At some point, we can react to a bit of his stuff.
Okay.
If we decide to branch out to comedy, that is.
I'm up for that. I mean, I would like it.
Yeah,
I
we
like
will.
comedy.
We will.
MMA guy.
Oh,
He
really?
trains with McGregor.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Allegedly.
Oh shit! So the guy may
yeah, sorry.
actually be an MMA guy.
Oh yeah.
He's genuinely an MMA guy.
Oh, really?
He trains with McGregor.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Allegedly, he was on cocaine. He might have been fabricating.
Sure. It's Patty Pimblett.
But you know how these guys go. He just shadow boxes the whole time. You're talking to him and he's like, "Yeah, fucking body shot, liver, bang straight to your fucking face."
this guy sounds like a nightmare.
It was hell, dude. And you can't move. You can't
'Cause he's like-
flinch to the body because then you'll literally get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, we're going to get killed. And he's like, you're a fucking Nate Diaz guy, aren't you? And I was like, no way, that's what this is about. This guy's going to beat my ass in Dublin for being a Nate Diaz guy.
Right.
Anyway, the whole night, the guy leaves, everything's okay. The next night, get done with the shows. Brady's in the green room. We're all hanging out. We're having a good time. That fucking Irish guy just walks straight into the green room.
What?
What?
Of the theater?
Yeah.
What?
And Brady Quinn looks at me like,
What
the? Why would you invite this guy? And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I
Doing to
did not invite this
Oh,
fucking
no.
guy. He walks in, he's like, yeah, fucking crazy. I was like, dude, this is the whole time. He's still shadow boxing, still bothering everybody in a good way though. At this point, it's fun.
Yeah.
He's bothering everybody. We start walking. We start going to a bar. He's like, we'll go to this fucking bar. I'm like, dude, all the bars in Dublin close at midnight.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, this is Dublin. This isn't fucking gay New York. The bars stay open. Every bar we go to is closed. I'm like, dude, Dublin sucks. New York rules. He's like, you know what we don't have in Dublin? Fucking pronouns. The next 3 people that walk by us are gay interracial couples holding hands. I was like, Dublin's gay. We finally get to a bar. This guy, by the whole time, all he's been doing is trying to fight everybody. We get to a bar. We start to get to this bar, and he kind of is like, let's go to that bar. You're a fucking legend at that bar. Let's go to that one, not this one. And I'm like, let's go. We're going to this one. So we go into the bar. As soon as we start walking in, a bouncer, just a bald, fat bouncer walks out and is like, you. Just beats the shit out of the Irish guy.
What?
This whole time he's been like, fucking knock out anybody, no problem.
Why did he throw
Just
at him?
a regular, but he must have had a problem.
He knew him.
my
He knew
The
him.
whole time he was like, let's go to another
my
bar.
God.
The second we get to this bar, 5 bouncers swarm and just start wailing.
That's the one he didn't want you to go to.
Now,
He's
yes.
like, no, we're good here.
Now, this is how cool this fucking guy was. He gets his ass beat. He's bloody. He's split open. He gets out of all 5 of them, runs down the alley, and then turns and looks at all of them and goes, he squares up and runs off again. It was like,
That's
damn,
great.
that guy ruled.
Cocaine.
He probably does that
every weekend.
I know.
That's a hell of a drug.
Anyway, that was the best guy I've ever met.
That was
in
in
my life.
Dublin.
That's
It
hilarious.
was in Dublin. He's like, fucking run Dublin, man. We fucking have some fucking gigs.
You do Vicar Street?
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Vicar Street fucking rules.
Great venue.
The Irish crowd is like, they're dickheads. They yell out the whole time. But
They're having a
funny.
good time, though.
They're fucking
Yeah.
funny.
They're funny people.
The whole country's funny.
I had my beer on a fucking speaker and it fell off, and they go nuts.
Yeah, they go
Like,
nuts.
oh,
Yeah. All you have to do is hit a fucking up the rah. Anytime they're giving you an applause break, go up the rah.
What's that mean?
Up the IRA.
Oh,
They're like,
got it.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
getting political in another country?
Up the Ra in Dublin's fun.
I'm not sure about that.
No, I know. Yeah, it's a bit dodge.
Yeah, is it? What do you think then?
I mean, I really enjoyed the story because I don't really get the concept of Joe Rogan and everything. So this is the first time I've actually seen him, honestly, other than
Really?
the odd clip on Instagram. And most
I'm
of
a
the time
super
I
fan
scroll
apparently,
through.
so I can tell you what. I can tell you when he was born, where he's born. Tell you
mean-
what size boxes he wears.
I mean, I appreciate the story. I enjoy a good drunk cocaine fueled story, especially
Yeah.
with an Irish guy who's obviously been shadow boxing with Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny. Like, I appreciated it, but
You don't know the guys, so you don't know
no,
the
so it just
personalities and
I
stuff.
don't really
It's-
have any link to it.
It's throwing you in at the deep end a little bit, to be honest. But it came up in the feed, and I just thought it's something different for us to check out.
Yeah, no,
Why not?
I really enjoyed the story, especially when the guy got beat up at the end. But it's always
Yeah.
the way when you're out on a night out and you meet that one person and you're just like, oh my God, who is this person? Like, what is wrong with you? And you sort of just like play nice until they go away. And then for him to like turn up again, it always happens, doesn't it? Everyone's got a story like this where they're like, we'll never see that guy again. And then he just walks in
We
and
had
you're
one.
like, not again.
We had one years ago where a guy that's a year younger than us in high school, but he was an absolute arsehole. And a load of us were on the tram going into Manchester, and he got on, coked up out of his eyeballs on his own, like he was a mess. Tried to rob each of us individually,
Yeah.
and we're all just like, fuck off. But he's like being very aggressive until he got to the weakest one of the group, you know. Then the whole time he's trying to fight us, he's trying to rob us, and we're just like, maybe about 6 or 7 of us, and we're like, piss off. And without not even joking, he gets off. We watch him get off the tram at the door where we are.
Yeah.
We're sat down, gets off, doors close, tram drives off. Next stop, doors open, he gets back on. It had gone probably half a mile, and he just gets back on and starts giving us shit again. He must have been holding on to the outside of it between stops.
That's ridiculous.
There's no way anyone can run fast enough to do that.
No.
And it's one of them where, like, after he got off, we're all going, thank God for that, what a muppet.
And then he disappears
And just walks
again.
straight back on while we're talking about it. Cokeheads.
Well, this is it. My story wasn't a cokehead, but it was from college, and I'll cut the story short. But let's just say I tried everything to get rid of this person, everything, to the point where when they rang me the one day, I even pretended that like I was Ash's twin sister, and Ash had gone back to Zimbabwe, and I'd left my phone with my twin sister. That's how desperately I was trying to get rid of this person. Like, they would not leave me alone, and like. I was working in the main mall, you know, in the Arndale in the centre of Manchester. And I had managed to keep contact away from this person for a good, 6 years. And I was in the middle of the mall in customer service outfit, and they walked straight up to me. And as I turned around, I was like, I was like, afternoon, how can we help today? I literally just pretended as much as I could. And they're like, do you not recognise me? And I was like, I'm sorry, have we met? Oh, it was so hard. My whole body was shaking, because I hate lying. I hate it so bad, but I had worked so hard to cut contact with the person. They, let's just say, beyond obsessed, beyond stalkery and weird. They had their friends stalk me because they knew that I was finding ways to cut them out. And then I just turned and walked away and hid in the bathroom for the next hour on my radio, to the security. I was like, I'm just taking a leave of absence.
Some weirdos out there.
Oh, seriously, mate.
Yeah, one last one before we go, if anyone's still actually watching. I was in an Irish bar. I was in an Irish bar in Spain about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Might even be 10 years ago. It was a long time ago now. And I won't say where, but sometimes you get some of these Irish bars where you're like, I get the feeling these people may have left Ireland under maybe not the best circumstances and have started a new life somewhere else and opened a bar and stuff like that, without going too specific into things. And it was great. We were having a great time, getting absolutely hammered, me and my dad. And, I got on with the bar owners really well. And the son of the guy that owned the bar was sat at the bar drinking all day, but he was probably about 18, 19, something like that. And he got to a certain level of pissed and then just started going, up the Ra, like that, and like he kept saying it, but he was like, he wasn't saying it as a joke, he was saying it.
Oh dear.
And his dad heard him after a while from the other side of the bar and just walked up and just went whack and just cracked him around the head, chucked him behind the bar and was like, shut up, and then sent him off. And then that was it. And like, you know, when I say sometimes people may have left under certain circumstances,
Yeah.
and like my perception of it, but I was drunk as well,
Yeah.
was maybe the dad had been involved in something at some point,
Right. And he idolised it.
The son was drawing attention to it,
Right.
when it's like, you know, we've got a new life
Yeah,
away
it's
from all
done.
that.
It's finished. It's
Yeah,
buried.
but he gave him a proper crack round the face, or like from
The back
behind,
of the
round
head.
the side of the head, like across there, open-handed. It wasn't a punch, but
No.
it was like a big smack around the.
But it's like the one when you're a kid, and obviously, like, your parents would give you that big clout on the back of the head.
It was more than that. It was a smack. It was.
Dear.
But yeah, it was enough for the guy to just be like, shut up, stop it. But yeah, I've never been to Ireland. Most of my family on my dad's side is Irish.
I've never been either.
I've never been, and I'm desperate to go to Dublin at some point.
I know. My sister's mum lives over there, and we've talked about going over for ages, and I just never done it. I should do.
Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah. It's cheap on the ferry.
It's not cheap when you get there if you're in Dublin. It's expensive, but I want to go. I want to drink the Guinness. I absolutely love Guinness.
We
And
could
that's my own
camp and
Guinness,
save
so
money and just camp out.
We'll figure it out. Right then, cheers for that one, guys. I know that was a little bit different for us, but we don't react to JRE things over at the Office Blokes. It popped up in the feed and I wanted to watch it anyway.
It's your channel, you do what you want.
Yeah, and
If people don't like it, they don't watch it.
It's introducing you to Mark Normand, who we were supposed to be going to see in a couple of weeks, but might not be happening now.
We'll make it work. We'll find a way. Like, even if you and Stacey go and I sit and watch the kids or something, you'll go. I'll make sure you go.
We'll see. But anyway, yeah, cheers for that, guys. I will be listening to that on my way to work tomorrow. It is like, it can be dry for some people, some of the podcast, because there's scientists on there and there's historians on there and things like that. But
I used to sit and watch Getting Dug with High. It's just people getting stoned and talking to each other with Doug.
I've seen that, actually.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
really
right.
good.
Cheers for that one, guys. If you like that sort of content, or if you want to see a bit of comedy content over here or whatever, just let us know in the comment section.
Definitely.
There's a few things I'm desperate to show Ash. Like, I'm desperate to introduce her to Bill Burr, but we shall see. We'll see how it all pans out.
Cool.
Yeah, cheers for that one, guys.